Knowing what time of year this is and where I am fitting into the service, you are probably expecting me to make a pitch for financial contributions to St. Tim's. I will get around to doing that very gently, but I'm going to spend most of my time talking about a different form of investment. David and I have been active members of St. Tim's for 30 years now, and we have invested a considerable amount of time and love in participating here. As a result, our lives have been immensely enriched by a number of experiences we have had here. Here's some examples. There was a service held here shortly after 9/11. And of course, we had to share our grief and anxiety with our brothers and sisters at St. Tim's. As St. Peter once plaintively asked Jesus centuries ago, "Lord, to whom shall we go? You have the words of eternal life." We needed to be reminded about this during that terrible time. Then there was that memorable Christmas pageant some years ago when we had a bumper crop of tiny children dressed as lambs. They all bounced up and down throughout the pageant as if they had tiny springs in their shoes. Another holiday season, we were preparing a dinner at a feeding ministry in Walnut Hills, and someone in our group started singing Christmas carols. We all joined in. I can't remember these carols ever sung more lustily, if not exactly on key. Dan might have been proud of us anyway. When Roger was a young whippersnapper, during the children's service, he would occasionally set some words to a favorite popular song, the Beatles, the Beach Boys, and so on. Some renditions were brilliant, others were groaners, all were fun. Another Sunday morning, we learned that one of St. Tim's teens had been reported missing and possibly kidnapped. The typical liturgy was gently set aside as we all prayed for her and waited for news. Fortunately, she was found unharmed, and we switched to prayers of gratitude. We have been to countless funerals of dear ones, many of whom are buried in our columbarium, including David's beloved parents. Sometimes when we read the names or touch the nameplates, we can still see their faces, hear their laughs, or remember a funny story about them. They come to life once again. And speaking of David's parents, shortly before David's father died of cancer, a group of older, well-respected men from St. Tim's took him out to lunch to Hooters. It's true. I couldn't make up that detail. I could go on and on with other examples. Because we have invested time and love in St. Tim's, we have had innumerable life experiences we simply could not have had elsewhere, and these experiences have enriched our lives. I am sure that many of you have had similar experiences, and I can promise that everyone who also invests their lives here will have memorable experiences as well. It's a God thing, I am sure. And back to the giving campaign. Part of this investment does include investing some of your material resources to St. Tim's as an institution. There is no magic amount we can suggest, but I can suggest that the amount should be meaningful to you and your household. Something that suggests you are personally invested in the ongoing life and flourishing of St. Tim's. We need you to invest who and what you are on behalf of our shared life tomorrow, and we shall all be blessed as a result. Thanks be to God.